like I've mentioned plenty of times before, the digital world is really where it's at these days.
Yeah.
And if your business isn't online, if your business doesn't have any part of that, then you're really losing out on a lot of avenues, a lot of extra income, a lot of extra clients that you could have had. Can you describe a particular challenging project you've worked on and how your team overcame it?
Your brand is the most important thing. I'd say that we tailor our copy in our marketing to your specific brand. Got most of their niche that are going to get, but they can still grow to like 500,000, 600,000, maybe even a million.
Having a marketing strategy for them actually really helped them. So, Willem, how do you stay updated with the latest developments in copywriting and digital marketing? Welcome to Social Script Solutions podcast. Today I'm speaking to you, Willem, and I thought we'd change it up a bit. I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions. Hi to all of our viewers. Yet again, if you want to ask any questions, leave a comment down below, like, follow, share, and let's jump right into it.
Yes, as always, it's always lucky to be on a podcast with you guys. It's always fun, and I'm looking forward to the questions we're going to be asked.
First of all, what inspired you to start Social Script Solutions, and how has the journey been so far?
Well, it was more about just how businesses were. I'm still not. It's still a struggle getting people to accept the new way that I believe it should be done. We have tested with a few businesses, working really well. They're getting more clients. The businesses look more professional, especially on the online sense, because right now you don't ever really first go into the business unless it's retail. You mostly just go online and see what the business is about, and then you call them or email them to start working with them. So in my honest opinion, we started doing it when I saw a lot of gaps. Businesses aren't filling and losing a lot of clients.
Yeah, it's definitely. Like I've mentioned plenty of times before, the digital world is really where it's at these days.
Yeah.
And if your business isn't online, if your business doesn't have any part of that, then you're really losing out on a lot of avenues, a lot of extra income, a lot of extra clients that you could have had. So it's definitely a huge gap in marketing today. And I think the other thing is a lot of clients tend to stick to the old ways. We had a client the other day, they asked us, can you run a TV ad for us?
Yeah.
And we were like, listen, we can, we know people, but it's not where it's at. It's especially not for their business.
I think the one big thing is they asked us, why don't we do it? I basically told them that, like, we really can, we can get some quotes and we can do it. But I think the big thing is they can only promise you views, where with our ads we can promise you clicks and engagement.
Yes.
So they don't just see your ad, they can actually engage with it.
Yeah, the thing is, the way that we do marketing, the way that we do advertising is we target specific clients. Yes. And instead of where on TV, millions of people could possibly see the ad, but it's not really aimed at them. It's not really the kind of people that would ever buy from your company. If your ads are structured in such a way that you target the correct clients, those are the people that have the highest likelihood of buying from you.
Yeah.
It's not just viewers, it's not just people watching shows and now your ad pops up. No, it's actually people going through social media and that ad targets them. So I definitely think digital marketing is way better than just doing it on TV.
I honestly do think it. Yeah. It's the best way of doing it, especially in recent years.
Okay, can you describe a particular challenging project you've worked on and how your team overcame it?
I would say it's when a client gives you a terrible video to do a video ad with. I would say doing it really requires a bit of a unique touch. Getting the client to agree to you making a few alters to the video is a really hard thing to do, but you can get around it. Especially when you just ask the client, you explain it very well to him. The problem with this specific client, it wasn't an easy client to get in hands. I couldn't just call him up. It was an email and you had to wait a few days, and your deadline is close to when the ad is supposed to be posted. And then when you're supposed to give analytics, you won't be able to give analytics because the ad hasn't been running long enough to generate any analytics.
Would you say facing that challenge has taught you certain lessons?
I would say being more precise of the type of video you need from the client if they're doing a video ad, or just being more specific, like, can't we shoot the video for you, or can't we just create a video for you, or can't you send us a bunch of videos and we'll create one for you? It's just easier because we know what's going to work. We've been in the market, we've seen a lot of videos, we keep testing daily. We have a team dedicated to just testing. I just think the best way that we've learned to overcome it, obviously we are better at it, we're getting better at it, and obviously keep doing it, keep making the mistakes. We learn better ways of approaching.
No, definitely. Just doing the work, putting in the work, going through the motions of, okay, this client wants this, let's do it like this. How can we learn how to approach this differently?
I think also it's about how to communicate with the client in such a way that you don't get these failure type of moments where it's such a foolproof communication that there won't be any problems. And sometimes you communicate perfectly and you still get problems. That's going to happen.
Yeah,
that's still going to happen. So sometimes it's not the communication, but by making sure the communication is not the fault, okay, maybe it's just a terrible ad that you're going to run.
Yes.
If the clients are okay with it and they don't want it changed, then I have to run it because that's what the client wants. But at the end of the day, you keep trying to get it because you want them to get results. And at the end of the day, it's us running the ads. We want them to have good results.
Yeah, and look, you can always learn out of everything. Whether it's a win or a loss, you can always learn out of it. True failure, I think, comes in where you don't learn anything from the experience. You don't learn anything from that situation.
And I think one thing that we keep telling our clients is it's a journey, obviously, yes, sometimes we do run ads for a client for the first time and it does wonderfully well. And then sometimes we run ads for clients and it just does terrible because they don't even know the market that they're targeting. So we need to test the market that we need to dip our fingers in. So you're splitting the ad budget to test on various type of people and avatars to get the right person to get in conversion, and from there just going full in on that type of person because that guy bought. And people don't want to spend the money to test to actually get the results they want.
I'll add that it's horrible when your client doesn't know who their target market is and you have to figure it out for them.
It's horrible, but
it's like,
but it's also, it's always fun going to the marketing team and be like, yeah, you guys have to figure this out. It's not fun when we are the marketing team and have to figure it out. Sometimes we get packed. But at the end of the day, it's a learning curve and it's something fun. And eventually you do really get good at knowing exactly. When it's a real estate guy, okay, cool, these guys go for that type of real estate thing. This avatar loves Airbnb.
Yeah, again, it comes to like going through the motions, learning from
it takes time. Yeah, it takes time.
It does take some time. So how do you tailor your copywriting marketing strategies to fit the unique needs of different businesses?
Please repeat the question.
How do you tailor your copywriting and marketing strategies to fit the unique needs of different businesses?
It's tailored to their tone of voice. I also think of the type of marketing they're going for. Because some people go quirky, some people go super niche-y, and then other people go super expensive. And
look, just having one type of marketing, one type of copywriting that you do, it's gonna get
I also
monotone.
feel
It's monotone.
It's monotone. I also feel like a big mistake people make is trying to get everything into a box because no brand is ever the same.
No.
I mean, you can say Rolex and Gucci is all, luxury or expensive, but it's not the same niche. The people that's going to buy a Gucci bag is not the same people that's going to buy a Rolex. And for us as entrepreneurs, we look at a Rolex different than we do at the Gucci shop.
Yes.
It's a different market, and even though they're both really expensive shops and they're both exclusive and they're both really good at marketing at the right people, they're both completely different avatars. See, the problem people think is that, but these people are buying those watches, so if I market to the same people, they're going to buy my watches. No, because the type of person who's going to buy a Rolex, unless it's a watch collector, won't be buying your watch as well, especially if you're just in the market.
Yeah.
Rolex has built up their brand for a while.
Look, I think there's a lot of truth in what you're saying about how each brand is different, each business is different, and you find so many unique characters and unique businesses out there that just trying to do one type of marketing, just trying to be one type of digital agency, it's not going to
It's
work.
not going to work. Yeah, that's the thing that people just need to understand. It takes time to get to your. So when we tailor it, to your brand. What are you? What do you stand for? What's your goal in life?
Yes.
You know, it's like every time I have to tell people, they're like, "What do you mean? What is our motto?" I'm like, "Okay, well, Google has a motto. Do you know?" They're like, "Google has a motto?" I'm like, "Yeah, do know all. That's their motto. That's what they strive for."
Yeah, a lot of people are like, they don't even know that.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because Google is still a brand. You know,
still a company.
And remember, all other companies are scared of Google. You'll even Amazon said once, you don't remove Google, you go around it, or you go through Google. You don't remove Google.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, when a brand is strong enough, people need to use you. They don't have to go around you. They either must work with you.
Yes.
Or never work against you.
But I think that's one brilliant thing that Google did. They situated themselves in the market in such a way that it's like you're going up truly against the big dog. You can't fight the big dog.
But you got
work with it.
Yes, remember, even your other search browsers are Google partners. Because Google is still the guy connecting the World Wide Web. So at the end of the day, you still got people working with Google to do certain things. Yeah. Obviously with other people, like you got Firefox, that's different. Then you got other people that have super secure networks that Google will never be able to do, because they don't want to do any harm. They don't want to keep any secrets. They're open to the mark. And even like they say, your incognito tab can still be seen by like your Internet Explorer and your internet provider. So because they can't do any harm. Yeah. It needs to be monitored. So at the end of the day, your brand is the most important thing. I'd say that we tailor our copy in our marketing to your specific brand.
Okay. So what trends in digital marketing and social media management are you most excited about right now?
What trend? I would say if you get the trend I like the most in social media and also in the marketing niche right now, I would say if you really understand what you're doing and you're seeing the market, you can sometimes jump in that market just before it hits, especially on a new trend on social media. Oh yeah, that's the best job. And once you see a hashtag getting a lot of more likes and shoot
viral videos,
yes, definitely. And you start hopping on that hashtag, where you start hopping on different type of videos and hooks that they're using just before it goes live or viral. I would say is I'm most excited about those days or that side of the marketing social media, because then I know it's going to be a banger of an ad. It's going to be seen by millions of people. Will I be able to guarantee you the same clicks? No, because still your content might not resonate with
and it all depends on as well when you jump on that trend and how quick you are to the pie.
Yes,
if I can say it like that.
But again, by explaining it, by knowing that millions of people will see it, you might get a few sales out of it, even though it's not your target market. Somewhere in that pile of people, there's going to be someone who's going to buy your product.
Yeah.
So,
and it's easier if you sell like a certain type of product, or what's better that I found is, let's say the viral video is about, let's take the Hawk Twoggle for example. She's got a cowboy vibe, she's an American, she's got that vibe around it. That was the feel of that video. And if you're selling, let's say, cowboy hats, for instance, and now you go and brand the cowboy hat Hot Twa, it's going to sell so nice to the people watching that video. And especially if you create a video with the Hot Twa clip in it and you market your cowboy hats, like you're going to reach a lot more people than, let's say, if you were trying to advertise a brand new car.
No, that's the truth. Unless you used it to hook people into watching the video, and then just...
Hey, you can play it off anyway.
I don't know who did it. I don't know if it was a different car. I don't want to name car brands because I'm going to be attacked. But the big thing is, I saw my car brand, it was the Hawk Twoggle, and all of a sudden it was just an advertisement for a car, and I wanted to buy that car. Not gonna lie. It was a good car. But I was upset because it wasn't the video I thought it was going to be. So that's the other thing by using these type of catches and hooks, is sometimes you get irritated are watching it. But at the end of the day, it's good marketing at the end of the day.
Yeah, it has to play into your brand image, of course.
Obviously, yeah.
Like you can't go
against
you can't
grain.
hop on the Hawk trend.
I mean,
if you're Rolex.
If we can use the story with like Lexus, I don't know how many of you guys know the story of Lexus. It really blew my mind when I knew. It's actually Toyota. Lexus is a Toyota, but
they rebranded.
They rebranded because the problem was Toyota wanted to bring out luxury cars.
Yes.
Nobody wanted to buy them.
No one saw Toyota. I think it was in America.
China didn't see.
No one saw Toyota as a luxury brand. They saw it as your cheap brand.
Yeah, no, not cheap brand, but reliable, sturdy. But obviously, it was a bit cheap. So that's not what Toyota stood for, and no one wanted to buy the cars. Not because it wasn't good cars, but that's not what Toyota was known for, and that's not why you buy a Toyota. You buy a Toyota because no one's going to last. So what they did, they made a Toyota that's imported into the United States. And they wanted to like lower the price. They thought it was a price issue, and like one little guy in the back of that meeting was like, "It's not a price problem; it's a branding issue." Instead of doing all this remodeling just to make the car a bit cheaper, how about we just change the name on the car, the badge, and they named it a Lexus, and now it's one of the most best luxury cars you can get out there. I mean, especially here in South Africa and a lot of places in America, I hear people keep talking about Lexus, because it really did well just by rebranding. And sometimes in your market, you don't have to change your brand, but sometimes you need to make up a different department in your business, and rebrand it just to target a different niche, because your brand might not target that niche. Yeah. Because you're known for doing something different. Which is not a bad thing. It just means it's the same business. It's just a different department.
I think that's where, like, if you built a good brand name, it's nice, because a lot of people, they see the brand, they know what it's for. But in the case of Toyota, they wanted to enter into a new market, but they couldn't, because their brand name was so well established. Their brand was already set in place.
Yeah, that was so good it was bad for them. Yeah. That's the thing. You're doing so well, it's actually bad, and that's why people make departments. So Lexus is still, I mean, sometimes it blows my mind when you learn certain car brands are owned by other car brands. Yeah. Like Volkswagen almost owns everything. Yeah. So when I learned that this thing is actually a Volkswagen, you're like, it blows my mind that it's Volkswagen.
Well, the funniest is if you like open your Audi and you see one of your parts inside is a Volkswagen.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's this brand doing here?
The worst part is when I always laugh, because if BMW is like helping a different car brand, BMW like hides their logos everywhere on the car. Like if you know it's been helped by BMW, look around in the car, you'll find like they like this logo, this is that. They make sure you know it's a BMW. So it's really funny. It's really funny for me. I like doing it to my French cars. It's funny. It's really funny.
Yeah. So how do you measure the success of your marketing campaigns and social media strategies?
With analytics, I would say is the easiest way to do it. Obviously, it's targeted to each customer would have his own analytic, and you don't mix it. I would say obviously for our company, as we do for all the brands, we obviously take all the analytics and put it into one place, and that's how we judge how we're doing. Obviously monthly, yearly, and quarterly. But obviously for a client, it's different. It's just their ads that they're running. So if they're running 10, we show them individually, and then we show them together how they're doing per month as it's progressing. But for us, it's all the ads together.
Analytics is a good thing to use, especially I don't want to mention the types of tools we use, but there's a lot of different programs out there that gives you access to seeing everything.
And there's one we really got our eye on, but we need to make sure it's the perfect software. It's not, when you guys have a business and you guys are running and you've learned to do it one way, to change your ways, especially your team's ways, it's not easy. So you got to make sure it's an easy swap. And if it's not an easy swap, you got to be ready to gradually change over, which means you got to be ready to pay two softwares for a long time to make sure that the transition is good. But it's we've got a few things in the works, and we're still learning how to do things better. But obviously, it's on its way.
Yeah, of course. There's plenty of paid tools out there. There's plenty of free tools out there. You just got to find the one that works best for your business, and of course that you find easy to use. And I think analytics is something that you need to have in your business. You need to be able to monitor what's happening. For instance, the first time we started running the ads, we couldn't really see what was happening with the ads, who was it targeting. It was just, it was blind firing.
Yeah, or like one of us knew, but we never told everybody else.
Yeah.
And like the other guys just, thought it was doing extremely well. It was suffering.
Yeah. And now we can actually log in, we can see all the metrics we need. We got one guy that gives the metrics through to the rest of the team.
We got one guy doing the ads for the team.
Yeah.
Obviously giving feedback on we give him full control of whatever he wants to do, because it's his niche, it's his department. Yeah. But he still gives feedback.
The nice thing is that we can now see actually where's the clients that are viewing the ads. Who are the type of client that are viewing the ads? What are they viewing on the ad?
And also, we needed to find ways of doing like the meta. If you change one thing on your website, you have to redo your meta pixel on the website to retarget every button and every page. Like your meta pixel and your Google Analytics are two really good things on a website, because it really shows you what they're looking at. Google Analytics isn't that good at doing it, but it's still
not bad.
Shows. It's not bad, but Google Analytics does one thing better than what Meta does, so you have to use both, and you can intertwine them. So it's still important to do both, especially Meta, because Meta's ads are really more targeted than Google. But Google search ads are really great when it comes to getting business to business, because a business is going to look for another business or software to sort out the problem. And I would rather work with a business that is the same price as the software, because I don't need to learn a new thing to start working. Or maybe I can get the business, and maybe through a partnership we can sort something out, and maybe eventually with this business, eventually I'll swap to a software, because I've learned enough. I had enough time with them doing it for me, helping my business still grow, but having enough time now, because this business is not suffering, to now learn a different software and doing it properly. So it takes time. It's just
also depending on the type of business that we are helping with the ads, certain businesses work better for running on Google, and certain businesses work better for running on Facebook. A lot of products are actually better to run on Facebook, and a lot of services are better to run on Google. It's just the way it is. You can also help the client by increasing their profits running their products on Google. Vice versa, you can also increase their profits by running their services that they offer on Facebook as well. So it depends on what, of course, the product or service is. That's another thing that we do is product research or service research. You see what are their competitors doing, what is the market asking for according to that product, according to that service. So it's very specific per product, per service, and you can't generalize. That's the main thing.
No, we can't do that. Generalizing is where businesses go to die. Yeah, it doesn't work.
It's jack of all trades, master of
none. Yeah, it doesn't happen. I do believe you can be it and still be successful, but you still have to double down on one.
I believe that it's good to have a lot of skill in a lot of places. You can.
But if it has nothing to do with your niche, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So, with us doing copywriting, marketing, and SMMA, all of it can flow together, and it helps with the website, it helps with the digital world. It helps to get them seen. But it does not help if we do this and then we're like, but we can also do your real estate for you. That doesn't make sense. No. You're going away from what you're doing. So stay in your lane. Obviously you can branch out. It's good for a business to branch out. But I would always recommend stay with one thing, get a few clients there, and then start branching out. Because then when you're branching out, you can now test with the clients you already have. Because you can be like, okay, cool, guys, listen, I'm starting to do this. You might need some, we've done business for 6 years. We're moving into this direction. Would you like to try it? And then usually you got like 25%.
There's a couple of other avenues that we're looking at exploring as well, but
it's not
we don't want to fall. Yeah, we don't want to fall into the category of too big, too quick.
Yeah,
you don't want to expand so much, spread yourself so thin that you can't.
You gotta have a team, willing to do it. And not just that, you can spread yourself so thin, especially when you're a small team. You're doing copywriting, marketing, and SMM. And social media management, and now all of a sudden you're doing like someone else's taxes, you're doing someone else's this and that. It just doesn't work.
No. Okay, next question. Can you share a success story where your services significantly impacted a client's business?
Significantly impacts. I would say, again, I can't disclose the client's name because we're doing ghostwriting.
Yeah.
But what I can say is that with this certain business, it was social media. They were really struggling with the social media. So we hopped on a Zoom call with them. We had a few chats with them. And I think one of the things that they were really struggling, they weren't really specific with the content. But again, they did what we did in the beginning. They were really addy.
Yeah, running
Really
a lot
addy.
of ads.
So we told them, okay, let's create a content strategy out for you guys. We'll make a list of the things we need to make the content that you guys need to grow. And then we were like, okay, cool. Now let's get a marketing strategy for your social media that we post this many times a week and we do this and let's throw in a random story here. And so it was a lot of work. I think it was like 4 or 5 months. And only on 6 months they started seeing growth. And that's the thing, you got to be consistent. It's going to take time. But being, that's the big thing. It's that they grew from like, I think 2,000 to like 50,000.
Yes.
And that's in 6 months. So obviously now it's a bit slower because I already got most of the niche that they're going to get, but they can still grow to like 500,000, 600,000, maybe even a million.
Having a marketing strategy for them actually really helped them. So I think that was the main thing that actually
the marketing strategy was the biggest.
And they even said that they were really impressed and they didn't expect such growth. But yeah, it's difficult if you can't say that.
The third month was hard to keep them here. It was like, please guys, you gotta understand, it takes time. You guys have to, please don't just go now because we're already 3 months in. Let's just go for the final months. It was a 6-month plan. So I was like, guys, please, it's the 3rd month. It's not ready.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of the marketing strategy plan. They were like,
you guys don't know what you're doing. I'm like,
relax.
We do. Just keep staying. We'll get it right. We'll get it right.
Okay. What sets Social Script Solutions apart from other digital marketing agencies?
We care. So short and simple. We really do care. We really sit with a client. There were times where I would fight with you for no reason because I just really cared and you care as well, but we would fight. And we're just fighting because we think differently in what we know will help the client.
Yes.
So it's a lot about the fact that we fight for you to get you on the right path. And that's the thing. We don't see that with other agencies. We do know that a lot of agencies say, we have this guarantee and you can get cash back here. And we're like, but if you do that guarantee, you can just quit like once you see growth.
Yeah.
So we can't do that guarantee. But what we can guarantee is that you can, in 3 months' time, see a significant growth in sales and growth. So for us, we really do care. And it's not about taking your money. It's about, that's just what we cost.
It's about improving your business. It's about actually giving your business the recognition, the exposure that it needs.
And we're not here to promise fast growth. We're not here to promise, get rich quick. We're here to promise a great company that's here for your growth.
I mean, we've seen plenty of strategies where other marketing companies, where other digital agencies, they just go and they buy followers. And they buy like 10 or 20,000 followers.
No, we've almost made that mistake.
They promise the client that, oh, you're going to see this much growth within a week. And then all of a sudden, all these people come and they start following you and you're like, oh, okay, cool. I do actually see that growth. Oh, but then it's empty followers, it's bots, it's AI profiles, and it's not really the clients you want because you're not ever going to get sales off of those followers. You're never going to do it.
It's not real followers. It's not people dedicated to your content. When people are dedicated to your content, they tend to stay, they tend to buy, they tend to really care about what you do. And if someone says out there just to promise you a lot of followers, I can do that as well. I can get you a lot of bots. But that's not going to grow your business. And then exactly, it's just going to get you ghost banded. None of your posts will ever get reviewed or seen. And it's just going to make your business...
you might get your 10 or 20,000 followers that are bots and never gain a follower after that because, like you said, Instagram ghost bans you. So.
I mean, look at Parasocial. We almost worked with them at a time when our business were really suffering. When our business was really suffering, we're like, how are we going to get followers? And that's why we started doing social media management, because that's what really changed our lives. But at that moment, we were really struggling. And what we've learned is you have to check reviews to make sure. we were glad we didn't go with them because they would have really hurt off
Yeah.
our business. So guys, be careful. Always double check, but don't go for unrealistic results. Like 1,500 followers or 500 to 1,500 followers a month seems like a good idea. It's slow enough to make sense. Anything more than that a month doesn't make sense, no matter the price.
Yeah.
Because that's just bots. Because I can
the
promise
thing
you
is-
50 million
The
followers.
thing is, you want actual followers that, you know, are potential clients.
Yeah.
You want people that rather have 1,000 clients that will potentially buy than have 100,000
that will
followers
never buy.
that will never buy.
Like you're just having people looking at your content that will never buy. And that's not good for your business.
No.
And again, that's not people that's even going to be interested in what you do. Now you're doing, let's say you're in a niche where your business, like ours, so, you know, we're teaching you guys, we're helping you guys, we're on a journey, you're here for the journey. So you guys are going to learn a lot, you know. It's like an Imam Ghazi. You know, Imam Ghazi, you really learn a lot by watching his videos. Same with Luke Belmore, same with Andy
Yeah,
Tate.
and that's eventually where we want to get, where every time we do a podcast, it's just so much information that you just go and rewatch it because there's always something new to learn.
Yeah.
And not that we're not there now, but I think there's a lot more that we can
do.
offer. Yeah.
But again, back to the point, you know, let's say you're in that niche. Obviously, you're going to want someone to buy from you or to start using your service because of your credibility, because of your knowledge. But now, your bots are following you. No one knows about you because you got ghost banded. And now above that, your business is suffering. You don't understand. You got all these million of followers and you're marketing to them, but no one's buying because they don't exist.
Yeah, they're not real.
So guys, be careful.
Yeah,
Be
definitely.
careful.
So, Willem, how do you stay updated with the latest developments in copywriting and digital marketing?
Basically just by following other blogs. I would also say staying on YouTube, making sure that you watch the niches. Also calling bullshit when you see bullshit. 'Cause some stuff just doesn't work that way. And I would also say, you know, even just constantly learning for yourself, you know, stay on the hook. I keep watching other ads. Obviously, when we're running ads, you need to watch other ads.
I must say that's the first thing that changed for me when we started doing this is, you know, when I used to see an ad, I just used to be like, skip next. I want to watch my video.
Yeah.
I want to get to this. And now when I see an ad, I'm like, why are they advertising?
Yeah, why are they advertising?
What is this advert about?
And then, you know, like,
Yeah.
you see, like, people like Path Social. Again, I'm just going back to it because I see a lot of the ads now. Their ads are really, like, addy, but they get influencers to make ads to look more credible. It makes sense. It's a strategy people have been using for years and it works because it's different people. So you think, but this guy's talking about, no, it's an ad. They're paid to say that.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. I mean, Path Social does that, and then you got people like, you know, Go High Level, got people that actually care about their software. The software is a really good software. So those people doing the ad are just good reviews. So again, go look at the reviews when you see this stuff. It really helps.
Yeah, especially if there's a lot of reviews about a certain product or a certain service, it makes it so much easier for you. If it's like 20 reviews, it's difficult to say. Because, you know, maybe it's 20 upset guys and they're just one
and then
star.
you got like 20 like 5-star reviews. You're like, yeah, that's that guy's family, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know if it's actually clients. So you got to be there for like 50 to 100. Is a good way to look. And usually there's like 1 or 2 or 5 1-star. There are going to be people that have bad experience.
What I tend to do is if I review a place or a product, I always I check out the 5 stars and I check out the 1 stars. 2 stars, 3 stars, you don't really get a lot of info out of it.
Yeah.
But the 1 stars are going to tell you what upsets clients the most or what has upset the most clients. And the 5 stars are going to tell you what's the best about it. Because you can't just go and look at the latest ones and see, 2 or 3 1 stars, 5 stars, and just go off of that. You got to actually see what are the clients happy about, what are they upset about. And that's going to give you an idea, okay, I want this product, or okay, this is a good place to go to, or okay, good service, depending on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So, Willem, what role does creativity play in your approach to marketing and social media management?
A big one. I think you gotta be creative to do it. You can probably get away with a decent AI, but decent AI is terrible.
Yeah.
So decent isn't great. Great is better. And I always say that, like, with creativity, sometimes it blows my mind when you hear these other copywriters doing pitches. Man, they're good. Some of them are just great. Some of them have been marketing for like 20, 30 plus years, and you just hear, you think your copy is good, and you hear these guys copying. Like, it's so simple, it's less wording, and it's so much more impactful. And then you just realize it's
just like they hit the nail on the mark.
Yeah, and then I just say it's creativity is the biggest thing when it comes to this type of thing. So work on your creativity. It's a big thing.
Yeah, I think it gets back to that. If you're monotone, it's not going to work.
That's not good.
It's the same with if people do public speeches or they do motivational speeches, and it's constantly like this. They don't really have any tone in their voice. Eventually you're going to fall asleep. Willem's even yawning now just for me talking like that.
It's terrible.
So it's something where you have to bring in that creativity. You have to bring in that hook. You have to bring in that something that catches the client's attention. And if you're just going to be monotone, if you're just going to be black and white, nothing really standing out there, it's not going to be entertaining, and it's not going to be something that the clients want to take a look at. Yeah, I think you end up pushing away clients more than you attract them if you're like that.
Yeah.
But I think for our last question, Willem, what are your future goals for Social Script Solutions, and how do you plan to achieve them?
I still want Social Script Solutions to become a great marketing team. I really want to.
Hey, we're already a great marketing
team. Well, I mean, I want to get it like a place where we actually do proper targeting, cold calling for other companies, and where we can do proper emailing. We do emailing, but as like they're targeted lists, so it's much easier to land those clients. I would like to do cold emailing for other clients. Keep it simple, but I think people don't trust cold emailing anymore. But it's one of the best niches you can try. Obviously, we haven't seen the best reply, but I think that's just because the bad name agencies are getting. Yeah. So we just push through it, and eventually you do get some clients through it. But again, doing it is better than not doing it. But obviously, as I'm saying, I would just like eventually where people just come to Social Script Solutions because they know we're going to grow their business. Obviously, it's going to be a long-term contract because we need to take it from this to that. We might even buy in your company, depending on the niche, and then help you grow in, and you can just buy us out later on. That's just a way of us being able to invest more into the company.
And taking a look at the business now, what is a new avenue that you say would be a good path for us to take?
I would say a good avenue for us to take eventually, not now, is even more website design. An easier way of doing it. We still struggle with it. Not that we struggle to make email. It's email website. We struggle to hand over, and we struggle to communicate with the client to get better images, and we really struggle with clients. It's mainly the thing. I would like to get a better system of doing it.
Yeah, it is a new avenue that we're touching on now. And there's a lot more that we can learn about it.
We're still doing it for a lot of clients. Yeah, I just think there should be a better way of doing it. And I do believe there is a better way that exists. I would like to get better at it in a more streamlined way, if that's the word, of doing it. Other than that, I really do think where we are now is a really solid foundation of growing not just us, but any other business.
Yes, no, definitely. I agree 100%.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Willem.
Thank you for your time. It was really fun. It was good questions. It was hard questions. I like it.
Oh, it's good to, just refresh the mind a bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to subscribe, like, follow, and yet again, go check out our other socials. We've got Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook.
So and, YouTube, obviously, you guys are watching this on YouTube, so please follow that as well. You can go check out our blog and our audio podcast
on socialscriptsolutions.com.
And please, if you guys need any help with any of your business, marketing endeavors, or copywriting, you can get a subscription.
Schedule a meeting. Let's talk about it.
Schedule a meeting as well. We'll have the link down below. And I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for your guys' time, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Cheers.